Hello, you are watching Pasyans Show channel. This is Dmitry. We are going to play the game which is called Teraphobia today. This is one of the final games that entered the 10th anniversary print and play solo board game contest on Board Game Geek. It's me, Vaselko, Chrissy, Matt and Aishwarya that are covering all the games from this contest. You will find the links to the channels of my friends in the description to my video. Please go and check them out, because this week, like on every Sunday for the last couple months, we present you the games from this contest. Please go and check them too. My game today is called Teraphobia. It's an easy, very light game. You are playing as a CEO of a frightener corporation. You try to frighten children of your opponent town, and your opponent is going to frighten your children with the monsters which you are going to play. It's an abstract game actually, and very easy. As I tell you, the game flow goes like this. You have this deck of cards. Actually, these are the only components you need for the game. There are some additional cards. I will tell you about them a little bit later. So there are only 18 cards to play the game, and this is your encounter deck. And in the beginning of the game, you mix those cards, you lay it down on the table, and the gameplay divides only into 4 turns, and every turn is divided into 4 steps. In every step, you will draw 2 cards. In the first step, you will flip those 2 cards over, and then you will decide which one of the cards you will keep for yourself and which one of the cards you will give to your opponent. Those cards on top are the cards of your terror that you make against the children of the opponent town. So I think I will leave this card for myself and give this card to my opponent so that I could have more points. Then you flip on the next step. You flip only 1 card of the 2 that you draw. So you flip only 1, and then you decide which one you're going to keep for yourself and which one you're going to give to your opponent. I think I will do it like so, but I could do it on the opposite side. But 9 is the highest number that we see here, and I believe that this one will be better for me. On the next step, I do the same thing as I did on my first step. So I flip over 2 cards, and I will, since they are identical but just different numbers on top, I will leave for myself the highest. And the last turn is the same as the second one. So you flip only 1 of the cards, and then you decide which one you give to your opponent and which one you leave for yourself. I will do it like this. That's the end of the turn. You flip over the cards that were face down, and then you begin to calculate the points. It is better to organize the cards so that the identical colors were near each other, so that it was easier to calculate the score. And the scoring is easy. You just add the numbers on top. So this is 10, 15, 21. And also what you add is the identical colors. So if you have the identical 2 cards, you add 2 more points. If you have identical 3 cards, you add 3 points. If 4, you add 4 points. That's very easy. So we have 21 plus those 2 points for those 2 cards. It's 23 points. These are the terror points of our opponent. We have 14, 23, 31, plus 2 points here for the identical, 33 points. We have 33. But then we calculate the stamina. Our opponent and us have the stamina. It's the level of resistance to the fear that we produce. And these are those numbers here on the balloons of the children. So here is the stamina is 5. It's 5, 6, 8, 10. Plus every rabbit gives additional point. So it's 10 plus 2, 12. Our opponent has 12 stamina. And we have 8 12, 18 stamina. And then we calculate the difference between the Terra and the stamina. Our opponent has only 5 points from this round, and we have 21. Yeah. And this is the end of the first round, first turn. What we do next, we get the cards that we lay in front of ourselves, mix them, and randomly select one card. This is called the reinforcement phase. We turn this card sideways so that next time we could see those candies here. Every candy will give you additional stamina to your stamina that you will collect. You do the same for the opponent. You randomly select a card, and this is his stamina for the next turn. So we have 1 additional, he has 4 additional. Usually the lower the number of the card on the Terra, the higher is the stamina, the more candies it has. And then we just mix again our encounter deck and do the same thing as we did on the first round. So we turn over 2 cards, you select one for yourself, one for the opponent. The next step, you do it like so. You give 1 to your opponent, 1 for yourself. Then you do the same. 1 goes here, 1 goes here, and the last one, 1 goes here, 1 here. Then you flip over and you calculate the score. So here we have 10, 19, plus no additional points here. It means 19 Terra. We do have 15, 20, 29, plus 2, 31. And now the stamina, 2, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and here is 4, it's 18. It's quite a lot. Okay, 18. And what do we have? We have 11, 14, 18, 20, 21. We have 21. So he has minus 2 points. I have 13. And this goes on the same way. The only change for the next round is that among those 5 cards that you mix together, you draw 2 and you add them like so, and that becomes your reinforcement for the next turn, and so on. And after playing 4 rounds, you calculate the total score, and usually I win this game easily, no problem at all. The author of the game has some different difficulty levels. For example, on hard mode, the reinforcement phase works only for your opponent. You don't have any reinforcement cards. In very hard mode, your opponent doesn't do the reinforcement, and your reinforcement gives you minus points for your stamina. And then there is an impossible mode, when the reinforcement phase is done by both players, but your opponent gets bonus points, but you get minus points. And there are 2 extensions, and here we have those cards for the extension. What you do is you either deliberately or randomly choose one of the cards from those towns. These are your towns that you possess, and your opponent will have his own town. For example, this is the town of our opponent, and this is our town. And what we do, we're gonna score additional points. For example, in this situation, our opponent would have additional 1 point here because he has one red and 1 blue card. This one will not work because he doesn't have additional yellow card. If he had something like so, for example, that would give him additional 9 points. And also every rabbit that he has would give him additional 4 stamina. Those cards which I do like, they really add some balance to the game, because when you choose, let's do it, let's play it like so. So for example, if we choose now and we open 2 cards, we start thinking what will give here, what will give here. For example, we could go for this combination, yeah, and we give this card up, but this card gives you 9 points in the end, and this is a huge gamble. And we open another one, and we already see that we have to gamble if we go for these 15 points. We just have to hope that all the rest of the 4 cards will be red, which is quite impossible. Yes, yeah, it doesn't work, but I do have 9 points here, so it's not a problem. So this is one of the extensions. Another extension or expansion works like this. It is called the Portals extension. It works like so. So when you have those 2 lines and you do the reinforcement phase, yeah, you draw 1 card and lay it like so. You take 1 card from the top and you cover it with this one, and when you do the scoring, you flip it over, and when if the color of the card matches the color of the portal, you will have additional points, which is equal to the number of candies. But if it's not, it doesn't work. So it's very easy. So that's it. This is the whole game. It's very easy, very light, but I do have some controversial opinion about the game. I find it very easy, very random. I like very much the art, although it's very abstract. The theme is, well, could be any. Okay, but I do like the art. I like how the pictures look on the cards. I like the colors, but the mechanics are too easy and the gameplay is very easy. I have a feeling that this game actually was designed as a non-solo game. I believe, although I haven't tried it to play against an human opponent, I believe that this game works better against a human opponent. It's when you play against a human opponent, the first player chooses first 2 turns and the second player chooses second 2 turns. So for example, the first player gives him this card, and his card remains by himself. Then he chooses another one, this one goes here, this one goes here, and then the other opponent is choosing one for himself and another gives to the opponent. Here I believe the game should shine, and probably is going to be a very good game, but as a solo game it's too random, to my opinion. Maybe I'm mistaken, but anyways, I have very positive feelings about this game. I like the art, I like how easy it plays. It requires very few time to get to the table. It actually requires very few components from you. 18 cards, that's all you have, and additional 9 cards that you can print out for the expansion. The backs of the cards should have been dark. The author was kind enough to make 2 versions of the game. One of them was full ink and the other one was ink friendly. And I decided to be more merciful to my printer, and I printed the backs of the cards on the from the ink friendly version. But those cards are from the from the full color. Yeah, I think the game is good. I think the game is fine. The rules are very clear and very nice. I just hope that this game had less randomness, and that would make this game better, but I believe this game is meant to be a dual game. Okay, that's it from my side. Don't forget to go and check out the other channels from Matt, Chrissy, Veselko and Aishwarya. I wish you good luck. Thank you very much for watching. Play board games, it's fun. It was Dmitry and Pasyans Show channel. Goodbye.